How many snaps did they run in the 14 personnel?
That's only for us.
100% of the snaps.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome into Studs or Duds Week 7. This is 14P Fantasy, and I am your host, Justin Wright. Before we get into Studs or Duds Week 7, let's recap Week 6. So right now I'm recording this, prior to the Monday Night Football game, which means I do not know the outcome of the Emmanuel Sanders pick or the A.J. Brown pick. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully, we got 2 more wins here. The 2 misses we had this week, we had Taylor Heinicke marked as a stud. Again, we didn't realize Terry McLaurin was hurt. Nobody knew it until Friday, obviously, when he popped up on the injury report well after we made the call. Again, we should have put out something to pivot. We did not, and we missed on Taylor Heinicke. The other miss, Josh Jacobs was marked as a dud, expecting Denver, to continue their great run defense. And Josh Jacobs put up like 15-ish points, and it was fine. He was fine on the week. Nothing spectacular. He just did Josh Jacobs things and was perfectly average. And then the big win on the week was Leonard Fournette, a guy we said was a must-start running back, currently the RB1 as of this recording on the week. So that worked out extremely well. All right, let's get into it. We got Tua versus Atlanta, and Atlanta, they're just a bad defense. Like, there's no way around it. And this game is going to be a shootout. Atlanta's going to be throwing. Miami's going to be throwing because they both can't stop anybody. Again, you're probably on track to see the 4th top 10 performance allowed by this Atlanta defense. And the only 2 quarterbacks to not finish as top 7 guys against Atlanta are Zach Wilson, who isn't a top quarterback against anybody, and Daniel Jones, who has been sporadic. It's just been up and down for him. It hasn't been great. And they also lost Saquon in that game. So it was just a weird game. What you can expect from Tua, you can probably expect 2+ touchdowns, 250 yards, a little bit of rushing maybe, and that should get him to that 20-point mark, which is really what I'm looking for when I'm streaming quarterbacks. So Tua, if you got him, if he's on waivers and you're looking to fill a bye week, Tua's a good guy to pivot to. Or Matt Ryan even. Matt Ryan could be in this exact same spot. Could say all the same nice things about Matt Ryan. It's still true. Both are good streamers this week. Now Josh Jacobs, Mr. Average, as far as I'm concerned. He's going to be great against Philly. Philadelphia cannot stop a damn soul on the ground. We just saw Leonard Fournette finish as the RB1. And do I think Josh Jacobs is a top, 5 running back this week against Philly? No, of course not. I think he's probably top 15 is where he gets to. I think we see the first big Josh Jacobs week, and Philly is just bad. I mean, the last 4 weeks, they are a top 8 matchup. They've allowed 3 RB1 finishes, 1 actual, the RB1 finish, and then another finish at RB15. Josh Jacobs should be the 4th guy to get to that mark. Play Josh Jacobs this week. The only dud we have this episode is Khalil Herbert versus Tampa, and I'm a Bears fan, so no bias here. It's going to go so bad. It's going to go so bad for the Bears. And with Damian Williams coming back, Khalil Herbert is not going to get the work he should get. I think he's better than Damian Williams. There's no question about that in my mind. But Damian Williams is still the better pass catching back. And the Bears are 12-point dogs, which means they're going to have to pass. Khalil Herbert's going to get scripted out. Tampa, you can't run against them. They've played 6 games. They have allowed under 300 rushing yards, 254 on the year to be exact. I mean, there's nothing Khalil Herbert's going to be able to do about that. The Bears line is bad. Khalil Herbert is good, but it doesn't matter when you're going against Tampa. You got to sit him down, and it sucks, but you have to do it. This is more of a DFS thing than anything. Darrell Henderson's a top 5 running back this week. It doesn't really get any easier than Detroit. Miami probably easier, but Detroit's allowing over 30 points a game to the running backs. Darrell Henderson's going for 20+, maybe 25+ this week. And again, you were never sitting him in redraft. Obviously, running back is a bloodbath. But in DFS, he's a guy I think is worth spending up for. Whether it's FanDuel, DraftKings, heaven forbid you play Yahoo DFS, whatever. You got to play Darrell Henderson this week. The ceiling is just astronomical. And to close us out, last guy on the list here, Calvin Ridley versus Miami. Again, he's missed 2 straight games, 1 bye week, and then he had a personal reason and did not go to the Atlanta, New York Jets, London game. Miami right now is the best matchup for wide receivers over the last 4 weeks. Xavier Howard, Byron Jones are both hurt. Even if they come back, I don't expect either of them not being 100%. I don't expect either of them to be able to cover Calvin Ridley. He's due. I mean, he is just due for a monster game. Right now, in the first 6 games of the season, 6 total touchdowns, 2 wide receivers. They are second to last in the NFL. It's play Calvin Ridley. Not that you were never going to, but just start him with confidence. That's really what this is about. Even in DFS, this is a good game to target, obviously. Bring it back with Jalen Waddle, maybe if you go a Matt Ryan, Calvin Ridley stack there. There's something to think about. Calvin Ridley's going to be great this week. All right, guys and gals, that's all we got for the week. As always, drop questions, comments, whatever you got. We'll answer what we can throughout the week. As always, thanks for listening, and we will see you next time.
How many snaps did they run in the 14 personnel?
That's only for us.
100% of the snaps.